California just got Claude at half price. But here's what actually matters: this deal doesn't change what Claude can do, it changes who gets to use it. And that's a bigger signal about AI's future than anyone's talking about. Hey, I'm breaking down the California Anthropic partnership that dropped this week. On the surface, it's just a bulk licensing deal. But I spent the last 48 hours digging into what this really means for AI competition, government adoption, and whether it affects your access to these tools at all. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why I'm watching this deal way closer than the A24 AI drama everyone's focused on. Let's start with what actually happened. California Governor Newsom announced that state agencies, we're talking DMV, social services, health departments, now get access to Anthropic's Claude tools at roughly 50% of standard enterprise pricing. This is structured as a partnership, not just a discount. Anthropic gets a massive anchor customer and real-world use cases across agencies serving 40 million people. California gets AI tools for document processing, constituent services, and internal workflows at a fraction of what they'd pay privately. But here's where it gets interesting: this isn't Claude getting cheaper for you or me. This is enterprise bulk pricing. If you're paying for Claude Pro at $20 a month, nothing changes. If you're a business paying per API call, nothing changes today. This is strictly for government entities meeting specific compliance and security requirements. I confirmed this with Anthropic's licensing docs. The consumer and SMB pricing tiers are completely separate from this government agreement. So why should you care? Because this move signals something massive about where AI adoption is actually happening in 2026. Microsoft and Google have been chasing government contracts for years. OpenAI's been quiet on the government side, probably waiting for regulatory clarity. But Anthropic just made the first major public government play. They're betting that being the preferred AI tool for state bureaucracy is a defensible moat. And honestly, they might be right. Government agencies move slowly, but once they adopt something, they're sticky customers. California using Claude for DMV services, health department reporting, benefits processing, that's millions of daily interactions that become proof points for other states. I looked at similar deals. When Microsoft locked in federal contracts a decade ago, it rippled across state systems for years. Anthropic's playing the same long game. What this also does is legitimize Claude in enterprise settings. If California's using it for sensitive government work, your boss sees that as a green light to use it internally. Here's the data piece: this deal likely moves Anthropic's annual government revenue into the 8-figure range within 18 months, based on typical state IT spending patterns and the scale of California's bureaucracy. That matters because it changes their financial runway and competitive position. But it also creates a weird dynamic: Claude becomes more available to government than to small businesses, at least on pricing. That's the opposite of how open source AI has worked. You've got a closing gap between consumer-grade tools and enterprise, and governments now getting special pricing in the middle. It's creating a 3-tier system: free open source models, consumer Claude, and now discounted government Claude. One thing I was surprised didn't make headlines: this deal includes security and compliance auditing that's paid for by California, not Anthropic. That's worth millions in R&D value. It's why Anthropic agreed to the 50% discount. They're getting subsidized product hardening. Here's your one takeaway: if you work at a company large enough to have procurement discussions, flag this deal to your leadership. Not because you should rush to switch to Claude, but because it proves government-grade AI tools are cost competitive now. That conversation with your CFO just became way easier. This partnership is less about today's Claude users and more about the next wave of adoption. If you want to stay ahead of where AI actually matters, not just the headlines, hit subscribe. I'm covering one tool, one deal, one real development every single day. Drop a comment: what's the next government AI deal you want me to break down? Thanks for watching Tech Intel Daily.